everybody. Oh, welcome to HFH. Sorry, it's Lep's fault.
My fault. Yeah, but she needed it. It's been a hell of a start. If it could go wrong, it has, it will, and it has been.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
She's ready to go back and have another cigarette, and she hasn't had one in 2 months.
2 weeks.
Hell of a start.
2 weeks.
Well, it feels like 2 months.
I wish it was 2 months. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It feels like 2 months.
Yeah,
She's
it's been tough.
ready to go back and have another cigarette. She hasn't had one. How's your week been, honey?
Well, as long as I can just work and go to the couch and not do anything else and not think about anything, it's awesome.
As long as there's no buttons to push, no recordings to make, no editing to do.
No dealing with computers. Yeah, that's
Yeah, tonight has not been a night for your computer. I don't know why. Sounds great now, though. And the picture's beautiful. I mean, it's great.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Yeah, yikes. So, how's your week been?
Picture's beautiful. I mean, a week. Let's see. I'm not far. Ooh, hiccups. I had watermelon earlier. I'm not far enough along in my packing for the family reunion this time. Literally this time next week. I should be landing as we're speaking now. I should hopefully be there.
It's going to be a long drive.
Yeah. Leave Saturday, and I hope to get there Sunday. It's only 1,000 and something miles, 20 hours. So as long as I can get two 10-hour days of driving in, I'll be on time.
Only 1,000 and something miles. I'm assuming you have someone take care of your critters.
The nephew wants to come in the house and take care of the tortoise. The snakes will be all right. I've got a watering system set up on the other terrarium. It's just a sulcata tortoise that will be because I just planted lawn in there. I planted dichondra, and it's about this tall is all, and he likes eating it.
Eat? You're not going to feed them while you're gone?
Well, yeah, Brad, if he does it, he's going to feed it for me. He turn the lights on and feed the critter.
The snakes.
I've been catching slugs out of the yard and dropping them in the cage with them.
Yeah, but you're going to be gone for...
Yeah, well, one of them is as big and round as my finger. He could go probably 6 months without eating it and it won't hurt him. He's like Jabba. I should name him Jabba the Snake. He's that fat now.
Maybe they'll just go to sleep.
And the other one doesn't look like it's eating and seems to be getting skinnier. It may expire before I get back. I don't know.
That's not good.
I hope not. I put worms in there for it to eat. I put the one I've had the longest loves slugs. It just it's like crack.
Play. That's all. It wants to go play.
Yeah, I could let the one go back out in the yard. I mean, it's about the same size as an earthworm. It really isn't very big at all.
Oh, me. Well.
Are we going to get right into it, or do you want to do the jig first?
And see if, cross your fingers that everything works. So I'm ready whenever you are.
Sure. Working. Cool breeze. Good afternoon, my fellow. Ain't you peachers? Happy Sunday. It's the 177th a day with 188 still to go in 2022. Today is National Barcode Day. Man, I haven't been able to talk the last 2 shows. That commemorates more than 40 years of efficient and accuracy that began on June 26, 1974, when a clerk scanned a 10-pack of Wrigley's Juicy Fruit gum at a Marsh supermarket in Troy, Ohio. Barcode codes, man, I can't say that today, also known as UPC one-dimensional codes, contain data that help businesses, organizations do their jobs more easily. A more modern version of the barcode is called a QR code, or a two-dimensional 2D code. The QR code contains even more data than the 1D code, if you say so. It's National Beautician's Day. Hey, my aunt was one of those. Also known as stylists, cosmetologists, these men and women make us look our very best every day. Cosmetology is a study and application of a beauty treatment. The branches of cosmetology include hair styling, skin care, cosmetics, manicures, pedicures, and electrology. Ooh, electrolysis. Ouch, ouch. That's where they burn the hairs off. No, this means they buff, polish, trim. See, I told you, pluck, perk, brighten, lighten, plump, and mostly make our finest features shine. It's National Chocolate Pudding Day. Chocolate pudding is usually made with milk and sugar, flavored with chocolate and vanilla. The thickened with flour or cornstarch. Some recipes do use eggs when making pudding. Historically, chocolate pudding is a variation of chocolate custard, using starch as a thickener instead of huevos, eggs. It's also National Coconut Day. We use coconut in many different forms from our bodies and everyday cooking, from shredded coconut to milk, cream, water, and oil. Each provides essential nutrients and flavor. Coconut oil alone falls into the superfood category, and due to its medium chain triglycerides content, they all seem to do, whether supporting a weight loss program, moisturizing skin or hair, metabolizing into energy. Coconut oil plays a significant role in our body. It is day 835 of 14 to Flatten the Curve. Thank you, Libertinitis House, who was on last night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Every day I spend a few hours on a treadmill. Next week, I might even turn it on. I figured that would get a chuckle out of you. You're just shaking your head, no? Well, you know what you need? You need to go to mypillow.com and scroll over about 3 bars down, about 3 boxes right there where it says radio specials, and click on that. And you can save as much as 66%. You could get some fuzzy slippers. You could get a mattress topper, or maybe some sheets, or one of them Mike Lindell pillows for like next to nothing. All you got to do is use the promo code MOJO50. That's right. That's MOJO50. And that's over at Mike Lindell's mypillow.com site. Hi, honey. How are you? You're shaking your head. You didn't like the one-liner treadmill?
I don't even know what to think about it.
Well, as rotund as I are, it makes sense. Maybe I should turn it on. Nah.
I was trying to get something open, but it doesn't want to open, so it's being a butt.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's fine. I ain't worried about it.
Okay.
Not worried about it. So, I don't know how many of y'all caught the show this morning. The Rhea Bow show. But we
The Conspiratorium Consultants. We're on at 6 a.m. Eastern now instead of 5 a.m.
Yeah, we did the Committee of 300. Which is pretty much a scary situation.
Whoa, that's an understatement in itself.
Let's just say everything that I've been hearing for the past probably at least 2.5 years, I'm starting to find the actual, because when I first got into all this stuff, it was the Illuminati.
They were the big bad boys on the block.
It was just the Illuminati. It was the 13 families, and at first I didn't know it was 13 families. I knew it was the Illuminati. And then probably about 6 or 7 months in, I found out that it was the Rothschilds and Rockefeller,
Gettys, and
all them, and that it made up so many families and all that kind of stuff. But now, this is,
These
I,
boys be driving the boat. Everybody else are just sub players. These guys are the head honchos. If you were to nuke 300 bodies, these would be the boys to take out.
yeah, but the problem, I mean, it's not just, it's the fact that they're like the main hunchos, but then they got, I mean honestly, even just the ones that we've named, the Chatham House, the Bilderbergs, the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Ditchley Foundation, the Club of Rome, the Rand Corporation, the PNAC, and the Freemasonry. I believe that there are way more than just that.
Subgroups.
I mean, it's yeah. I mean, how big is it?
Yeah.
How big is it? Because it seems like every time we do another arm of it, that we find more
Mm-hmm.
clubs, more little secret.
Societies, organizations, all interconnected.
I mean,
How about if I?
and these are mainly, from my understanding, from what I've found so far on most of these, is they're American. So, that some of the families in the Illuminati are not American, and you have your Asian and your Italian, it's almost every country has an Illuminati-ish type family.
Right.
So, how many groups out there that we don't that we're seeing the US stuff? How many
Or
are
are
there that
there?
are Italian or Russian or German?
Everybody like grains of sand on the
I
seas.
mean,
How about if I give everybody a little background on what the Committee 300 is? I'll do the
yeah,
little blurb I did earlier.
okay.
I'll do most of it, but I won't go into all the names. I'll let you carry on. I got this from Conspiracy Wiki. It's dated December 15th, 2018, and it's from Derek Wills. And basically, it's about the New World Order. The Committee of 300 is an international council which determines the political, economical, banking, media, and military policy for centralized global efforts. The committee is part of the Roundtable Group and is superior to groups such as the Club of Rome and the Trilateral Commission. The Committee of 300 evolved out of the British East Indies Company, which was established in 1727. That's 1727. So about 300 years these boys have been around. And by the British elite, the group is also known as the Olympians. The number 300 is derived from the 1909 article Gest Ashvischer of New Volts, and that was written by Walter Rothau of General Electric. And in 1909, Walter wrote, let's see, the Committee of 300 men, all of whom know one another, direct the economic destiny of Europe and choose their successors from among themselves. For nearly a century, the British East India and Dutch India companies garnered fortunes from their opium trade with Asia, and now through the Committee of 300, they continue to wage a phony drug war. And earlier today, I listed a whole bunch of bodies, and I shall let Miss Jamie do that this time.
Okay, so I I didn't come up with all of them that you did. I came up with quite a few though. Um, the families in the Illuminati, which we have listed several times over and over, the main ones being the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, um, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I found one Astor, which is one of the other families, which you
Mm-hmm.
don't really hear a whole lot of the Astors a lot of these families are actually, you, you don't hear much about them. They're not in the news. They're kind of silent per se. Most people don't know who they are. I've never heard of them until I actually, you know. So then we've got William. I mean, we've got okay, William Waldorf Astor. I can't speak.
From the
Uh,
Astor Hotels.
yeah, and then we've got the Rothschilds. We've got Benjamin. We've got David, Evelyn, and Leopold. Then we have David Jr. and David Sr. Rockefeller, and then Nicholas Rockefeller. And then we also have Jacob Rothschild. Okay, then we have Henry Kissinger. We have Klaus Schwab. We have George Soros. We even have Pope Benedict the 16th.
Hmm.
Why is a pope in this silent, secret group? I've always said, and this is nothing against anyone who's Catholic. I know that a lot of people that I know are Catholic. It's not the Catholic people. It's not even the Catholic priest that innocently are following their religion. It's the people at the Vatican. It's the, you know,
The
they're
drivers of the boat.
yeah, I've been telling people for quite some time that these guys are and on the same foot, which these guys I don't know about the other ones, but on the same foot on the Christian side, you got some crazy Christian pastors out there. I think
Oh
some of
yeah,
them
very much so.
are, like the Copelands and all the TBN stuff and all that. They're all they're dirty, they're dirty, 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 and it's all
True.
about the money. So yeah, don't feel bad if I'm saying the Catholic Church because I'm not aiming it at the parishers or any of that
Parishioners, yeah.
stuff. It's that they have the Catholic Church has had a lot to do with Christianity, taking away books, editing the Bible, changing words, all kinds of dirty things. And, even we're talking all the way down to, helping with pedo stuff. I mean, come on, seriously.
True.
It's
Well, like some of the members, they've got the British royal family, the Dutch royal family, the House of Habsburg. I guess they make beer since it's hops. I'm not sure. Lord Halifax, Churchill, Cecil Rhodes. You mentioned books. Aldous Huxley, the writer. You mentioned Kissinger. You mentioned Rockefeller, Gillespie, Marzini, and H.G. Wells are just a few of the notable drivers of the boat. And do they do everything that they want? Oh, yeah. Let's see, as a matter of fact, where is that one? Nope, not that tab. You know how it is when you have stuff open so you can read from it and then you scroll past it and then you don't have it no more?
happens to me all the time.
Here we go. Um, for example, now you and I, before the show, we were talking about Soylent Green and when it came out. And H.G. Wells wrote Brave New World, which we're living in.
So what
You
it was?
know,
What did we finally find out? The
or
soil.
Huxley wrote Brave New World, and H.G. Wells, 1894, 1984. Sorry.
1984. Okay. I
Got
mean,
my,
that was all of this has been going on for so long.
over 300 years they've been doing this. Well,
And
like
the
I say,
thing
with those,
is that we've all been being indoctrinated for so long. I mean, seriously, this indoctrination has been going on for years in schools everywhere. I mean, and they're pretty open with it. If you do your homework, you can find it. I mean, all this MK Ultra stuff where they've been drugging people, they've been doing all kinds of stuff. They've been feeding us lies about, you know, everything. And but they put it all out in front of you. If you go back now, knowing everything that I know now, I go back and I watch something old. I can watch, I mean, all the way back. I can watch something black and white, like that old, and see something that they're putting out there that we're all back then when that thing first came out would laugh and be, oh, that's hilarious, you know, that kind of stuff. And now I look at it and I go, oh man, how did we miss this? How
Well,
did we?
and they tell us that they're doing it. Like I was saying, we mentioned those sci-fi writers, H.G. Wells and Huxley. They weren't speculating or warning of future societies. They were commissioned by the Committee of 300 to write predictive programming books based on actual plans. People read something like The Brave New World and create imagery, the science fiction rift between their present reality and what seems like the possible dystopian future. Meanwhile, the Royals, the Committee of 300, the elite pushers and movers, incrementally, so that's little tiny steps, they implement measures towards that very controlled society that they write about. Alliro Pacini, a Club of Rome founder and Committee of 300 member, in his book, The Chasm Ahead, writes about the Committee of 300's plans to tame the common man, whom he refers to as the enemy. And, what's not your enemy is if you go to preparewithmojo50.com, and that'll be your portal into My Patriot Supply. And they are not your enemy. You can get the 3-week supply, it's on sale, and the 4-month supply is on sale. I think the 4-month is like $150 off. It's complete meals. That's at 2,000 calories a day to keep you sustained. That's breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner, drinks, everything you can eat. All you add is H2O, and you can find that by going to preparewithmojo50.com. That's all you got to do. Preparewithmojo50.com.
Yeah, it really just blows my mind that, I mean, the thing that really blows my mind is the people out there that look at you like you're crazy. But yet,
Well, and these
they
boys
they
have
won't look it up.
power.
I remember you back when I first started talking to you, before, I think it was before we really started getting into it, when we used to do the fluffy shows. you know, and
Hey, I like my warm and fluffy
I
shows.
know, but it was the fact that we would tell you, it wasn't just me, it was other people that, also hung out in Zoom and this, that, and the other. Beaver's one of them, and we would talk about things, and y'all would all tell us we're just kind of, like we're crazy and stuff, and it's like, so now you're
Lock and load, baby. Lock and load.
I
Uh-oh.
mean,
There's one of our dingy dongs. We've got like, what, a minute and a half before it goes into break.
I just know when I started going down the rabbit hole, thanks to the roughs, shall we say. And when I first went down the hole, it was the pedo stuff. It was the, all the child trafficking and all that kind of stuff. And I remember specifically, Michael gave me this thing. He said, I'll give it to you, but I want you to remember that once you see this, you will see it everywhere. Everywhere you look, it's like it'll just jump out at you now. And it was like the symbols and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, I had right across the street in the shopping center across the street that I used to go and hang out playing Pokemon. There was a store there. On its thing was one of the pedo things. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes. Yeah, y'all put your tinfoil hats on.
We'll be back.
I want to see what this is. I didn't want to play it because I couldn't. I had it muted. So
of Dr. Coleman's work, The Conspirators' Hierarchy, The Committee of 300, covering the major goals of the Illuminati, by Dr. John Coleman, from Conspirators' Hierarchy.
Everybody quotes
Story
him.
of the construction of religion.
I think it's like 10 minutes long, though. So.
Remember when we were doing the Anunnaki way back in the early days?
Huh?
And everybody kept quoting that one guy. I want to call him Scanlon, but that wasn't his name. But everybody kept quoting that one dude that translated the tablets. I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
Shitskins or
Shitskins or Shitton.
yeah, that was it.
Shitston, something like that. Anyway, it's the same kind of thing with everything I looked up on the Committee of the 300. Every swing and buddy quotes Coleman. And Coleman's book is the one that's on the FBI's or the CIA's website.
And
it's
he
his book that they have.
And this is the thing, though, is he was actually a part of British M16.
Right. MI6.
He was an intelligence agent, same as our CIA,
right.
except for it's...
Yeah, MI6 is the British equivalent to our spooks.
But he came out with all this. He literally brought it out in the open, and so I mean, it's
and then I've got Gates's name as one of the 300 members too.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, because I don't know. The list I was looking at was kind of, but okay, here we go. Shh.
Get ready to dance again.
Okay, welcome back. We're talking about the Committee of 300, better known as the Olympians or the Hidden Hand.
The hands jobs. Yeah, well, I don't want a reach around from them guys because they make things too permanent.
You might like it.
Yeah. I have this thing about expiring. I'm not ready yet. Oh, speaking of which, side note, sorry, this is way off subject. Okay. On the news today, they had an article that said if you're over 50 and you cannot stand on one foot for more than 10 seconds, you have a greater chance of expiring within 10 years.
If you
cannot stand on one foot for 10 seconds.
Okay, I'll have to check that out when I get done here.
Yeah. Now, see, I thought about it after I'd gotten out of the shower. So standing there in front of the mirror, I lifted one foot up and held it and did the 1001, 1002, 1003. I did that to 20, and then I swapped feet and did it to 20. So I should be good for at least another 20 more years.
Yeah, you should.
Watch, I'll croak off it before the show's over.
Hopefully not.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at this this website.
Because that would give you like 20 minutes of airtime you'd have to fill all by your lonesome. Wouldn't have my smiling face to make you laugh.
That wouldn't be very good. Y'all wouldn't like that. Yeah, I would be.
What, my smiling face?
No, me having to fill out the last few minutes of the show. I would be the most boring person.
No, you're really you have to admit you are the best person I know.
Yeah. Of course, someone's gotta do it.
The Committee of 300 to cause the death of 3 billion people for 2015 population control.
And
that one has the video, huh?
It really cracks me up the fact that that everything brings you right back to, per se, the Guidestones,
True.
Population of 500 million people. I mean...
Did I send you that 9-minute video?
Which one?
So as we're talking, I will send it to you again.
You sent me several.
It's a nice little 9-minute video about the Club of 300, Committee of 300.
Send it on and
Scroll,
I will
scroll,
play it.
scroll, 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 and shift. There's my Miss Jamie. Excuse me, Your Royal Highness, Princess
I
Jamie.
know, Princess Jamie. Yes,
Princess
I had
Jamie.
to swipe my granddaughter's crown and wear it for a little bit. Oh, that one?
And
Okay.
that outfit she had on was so cute.
I know. And she's so cute. Let me see if I
Cute
can.
little shaver. She's going to
Welcome.
grow up to be a presidente sometime, I expect.
I want to try to get past that initial, you know.
As I scroll through the 793,000 tabs that I have open.
Da, da, da.
History, and we have to
Okay. So, yeah, this is kind of it's interesting, but it's
Yeah.
kind of, yeah, he gets kind of off some on some tangents, but
Oh, okay.
all right.
I don't know.
protect ourselves and our families. On the other hand, we could be censored by the main social networks
I want to
.com
get past where they're
and sign
talking
up
about their
to
website.
that we will have to carry out humanitarian
Okay, here's the Committee of 300.
main goals
There we
to
go.
cause the death of 3 billion people for 2050, population mind control, and many more.
Their computer voice is really bad, though.
I know. Very.
The following is the structure. Above all, the world monarch, the Queen Elizabeth II. Below her, the Crown Council of 13. The 13 world's richest and most powerful families. Below them, the Committee of 300. The 300 world's richest and most powerful subfamilies. Below them,
Okay, I believe what he's saying is below them.
Right, yeah.
I-
He does say below them. When he,
But it
and he's
sounds
not
like
saying blow them.
below them.
He's not talking about Camilla. He's not talking about the VP. He doesn't mean blow him. He means below, underneath, down,
And for
the
those
next
of
step
you,
down.
for those of you that are listening on the radio, we will be posting this on the YouTube group and the Twitter, so you can it has all these charts he's showing and stuff, but he's saying below, so that's what he's saying. Okay, here we
It's
go.
really a bad computer voice.
Roundtable, compassed by Trilateral Commission, Council of Foreign Relations, the United Nations, Bilderberg Group, Club of Rome and the Royal Institute of International Affairs. Below them, the World Financial Control, all central banks, the tax revenue, interests revenue, compassed by the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and the Bank of International Settlements, the central banks of the central banks. Below them, the World Resource Control, all the biggest multinationals corporations. Below them, the World Population Control, the governments, the intelligence community, the
Government.
military, the police, the courts,
It's a new Ruger.
also all four major religions: Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism. Here also the education system and the main street media, globally. And finally, below all of them, the workers, the population.
S's.
The world monarch is Queen Elizabeth Windsor II. She is the chairman. 21 goals of the Illuminati and the Committee of 300. Summary. 1. To establish a one world government, new world order with a unified church and monetary system under their direction. 2. To bring about the utter destruction of all national identity and national pride. 3. To engineer and bring about the destruction of religion. 4. To establish the ability to control of each and every person through means of mind control and what Zbigniew Brzezinski called techonotronics, which would create human-like robots and a system of terror.
AI.
To bring about the end to all industrialization and the production of nuclear-generated electric power in what they call the post-industrial zero-growth society. Accepted are the computer and service industries. 6. To encourage and eventually legalize the use of drugs and make pornography an art form. 7. To bring about depopulation of large cities. 8. To suppress all scientific development except for those deemed beneficial by the Illuminati. 9.
Doing
To
that
cause
now.
3 billion people by the year 2050, people they call useless eaters. The Committee of 300, Illuminati, commissioned Cyrus Vance to write a paper on the subject of how to bring about such genocide. The paper was produced under the title Global 2000 Report and was accepted and approved for action by former President James Earl Carter and
Jimmy
Edwin
Carter.
Musker, then Secretary
Jimmy.
of State, for and on behalf of the U.S. government. Under the terms of the Global 2000 Report, the population of the U.S. is to be reduced by 100 million by the year of 2050. 10. To weaken the moral fiber of the nation and to demoralize workers in the labor class by creating mass unemployment. 11. To keep people everywhere from deciding their own destinies by means of one created crisis after another.
Doing that one.
Introduce new cults and continue to group those already functioning, which include rock music gangsters. 13. To continue to build up the cult of Christian fundamentalism begun by the British East India Company's servant Darby, which will be misused to strengthen the Zionist state of Israel. 14. To press for the spread of religious cults such as the Muslim Brotherhood, Muslim fundamentalism, the Sikhs, and to carry out mind control experiments.
Been doing that for a
15.
while.
To export religious liberation ideas around the world so as to undermine all existing religions. 16. To cause a total collapse of the world's economies and engender total political chaos. 17. To take control of all foreign and domestic policies of the U.S. 18.
Doing that.
To give the fullest support to supranational institutions such as the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, the Bank of International Settlements, the World Court and, as far as possible, make local institutions less effective by gradually phasing them out or bringing them under the mantle of the UN. 19. To penetrate and subvert all governments and work from within them to destroy the sovereign integrity of the nations represented by them. 20. To organize a worldwide terrorist apparatus and to negotiate with terrorists whenever terrorist activities take place. 21. To take control of education in America with the intent and purpose of utterly and completely destroying it.
They've done that.
In this article we show the Committee of 300 membership. Elizabeth II,
See?
Queen of the UK is Chairman, Bill Gates, Michael Bloomberg, Bill Clinton, and a long list of very famous people.
It only goes down to the bees.
Tony Blair.
Lots and lots of big names on that list. Them folks is driving the boat. We have not a snowball's chance in Hades unless we pull a 1775 gig. And
That's
You know.
that's the whole thing for me though, is the fact that this is not new. This has been going on like the Committee of 300, 1724, 1727.
yeah, so, and we're in 22, so almost 300 years, just slightly shy of 300 years.
I mean, yeah, there's new little groups that are arms to the committee that handle other things that the committee.
Subcategories, you know, they've got underlings scattered everywhere.
I mean, the Freemasons, there are just so many, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, but this has been going on for years. It's not new. They've been working on us since before TV and radio even started. So, I mean, they've been working on people for years and years and years and years and years.
300 at least.
I mean, I honestly, I don't think there's anything you can do about it, to be quite honest. I mean, this is my opinion. Like I said,
Oh, no, you could. There's something we can do.
not really. I mean, you can go buy your own pillow.
1775, honey, lock and load.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
but
these guys have juice. It's like here's a something that they had written. In the case of John F. Kennedy, the assassination was carried out with great attempt, publicity, and with the utmost brutality to serve as a warning to world leaders not to get out of line. Pope John Paul the First was quietly murdered because he was getting close to the Committee of 300 through Freemasons in the Vatican hierarchy. His successor, Pope John Paul II, was publicly humiliated as a warning to cease and desist, which he did. And we'll see how certain Vatican leaders today, seated on the Committee of 300, like I said, John Coleman's conspiracy hierarchy. Everybody quotes John. He had the dirt.
I know for me, some of y'all know my history. I mean, like I said earlier, I got into it during the beginning of COVID, and that's what brought me back to God, seeing what's going on, seeing all these evil, demonic, monstrous people that yeah.
And the only one eating good is Ball.
It blows my mind that people are doing exactly what they expect them to do, just like with the put the mask on, go line up, get your little shot,
I think that's how they plan on getting wiping out the 3 bazillion people. I think they're trying to do it through the shot.
It is. Where did I see that at? I actually, it was on another something that I watched. I watched so much stuff, it's crazy. But that is part of this plan, is that, and you've heard it over the past year, is the virus is not the problem. It's the vaccine. The vaccine is the virus. The vaccine is the
mRNA
thing.
Treatment.
Yes, and that is their thing. But it's the fact that we've been so indoctrinated throughout years and years and years. Our parents and our parents' parents and on down the line have been so indoctrinated to where, look at the generations now. They are total sheep. They whine and cry about the stupidest things. And then they expect you to do what they want you to do because you're hurting their feelings, type of thing, to where this is the generation. They are ready for this generation to line up and say, give it to me, and
they're the real ones that go suck it to me. Well, everybody, like this past week, they had the Jan 6 committee hearings. I did watch the ones on, let's see, day and a half ago, yesterday, I guess it was, maybe 2 days ago. So this is Sunday. So Tuesday. Yeah, they were on Tuesday. And I watched them live. Oh, my God. Those people are so full of malarkey and Bravo Sierra. It is so bad. Now, what you can do to find out the real truth is go to givemelibertynow.org/Mojo50. And that way you can see Nick Searcy's movie Capital Punishment and see what really happened, not what the mainstream media. Now, the lamestream media are controlled by the Committee of 300, so they're going to be putting out exactly what they want you to hear, not necessarily the facts of what happened. So pop on over to givemelibertynow.org/Mojo50 and catch that movie Capital Punishment, see what really happened on Jan 6. It's amazing.
That's all it is. It's propaganda, and unless you can get someone who is following all the propaganda, who is watching the CNN and even Fox now. I mean, come on. Seriously.
Oh, Jesus. I don't do Fox even. I
used to. But now they're no better than CNN. But the fact is most people are watching their ABC, CBS, NBC, all that, the CNN, the Fox, all that stuff.
I would watch ION if I had it. One American or OAN, One American News. They're pretty good.
But I'm talking about the liberals. I'm talking about people who do not want to expand. They do not want to do their research. They do not want to hear it. They
believe they
have the blinders on, and they walk around with their blinders, and they spot you if you're offending them with no mask or got
Exactly.
all of a sudden, oh, you need to, blah blah blah. But it's the problem is the indoctrination. It's that deep where they've got them exactly where they want them to do this final thing of get rid of the population,
Hmm.
start their AI stuff, start their transhumanation, make you a slave, and then AIs will continue after that, and they will all live happily ever after in their world without us useless eaters.
I know it. We're just useless eaters. I think that, and have you noticed the propensity anymore of violence in people? Everybody seems to have a short fuse. If you accidentally cut somebody off, you're likely to get shot on the freeway anymore. I think it's chemtrails. They've been spraying crap. They've even come out and said that they were going to spray crap. So the heavy metals, I'm sure, are changing the way people think and do stuff. But that's what they want. If we can thin the herds between ourselves, hey, go for it. I'm surprised they haven't come out and authorized the purge day yet. That would thin the herd real quick.
Honestly, yeah, because when I watched that years, because it came out 10-15 years ago.
They've had 4 or 5 of them now. I think there's
Well, I
they're
know
on their, like, the 5th
they
one.
even had a series. But I'm saying, the first time I watched it, and I was thinking, yeah, that never happened, type of thing. But now,
Oh Lord.
knowing what I know now, I'm like, when are they? I mean, seriously, when are we going to become purged?
Yeah. Locked down for 24 hours, do what you want to do, and after it, everything's all hunky dory and nice. Yeah, I suppose there's a few bodies that would like to cap me out. I'm sure I could reciprocate on a few myself. So there's a whole lot of politicians that I would love to go and talk to. Pencil neck geek Adam Schiff is one. And what gets me is they lie. You remember the phone call to the Ukraine? I heard that exactly myself. And then it kept, oh, well, that's what I think they would have said, is what he came out and said after he got caught lying. Why aren't these people held to, if you're going to lie and you get caught in a lie, your ass should get burned?
Okay, I do have a video. Well, it'll be an audio for some of you. You don't really need to see it. It's mainly this girl talking, and this is me. This is so me, and I know that it's probably a lot of people that are listening and stuff. But all of you who had ADHD, all of you who in school were fiddling and not really paying attention and all that kind of stuff, you will totally understand what this girl is saying. I mean, it makes so much sense. Hang on a second.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I'm trying to. When I heard this, though, that was the first thing I said, that is so me, because I was one of those. I was lucky if I made an A or a B. I mean, seriously, I was just like totally failing. Okay, so listen to what she says.
I am so grateful every single day that the Lord, what I saw as a problem back when I was small in school, is a blessing. Because my problem was I always had a problem focusing in school. I could never focus on what they were teaching me, and now I could see why. And the people that you see right now trusting the government, and I don't want to call them out, because at this point I feel like it's attacking them, and if they don't understand, we just have to shake it off and pray that the Lord remove the scales from their eyes. But they are a product of the indoctrination that's going on in the schools. They are taught to obey, to trust the government and just follow orders and never question, no critical thinking. This is what the public government ran schools are teaching your kids. They're so desperate for you to focus on their BS that if they see that you're not one of the ones that are just their eyes glued on them, they right away want to put you on some crazy medication that makes you zombie, crack or something. I don't know. But yeah, they want you to basically not ever question the government and trust the government. And if you didn't know this, everybody who runs the government, they're all Satanists. They worship Satan. And guess what Satan is known for? They call him the father of lies. He's the great deceiver. So how are you going to expect any kind of truth from people who worship a liar, of the father of lies? Like, wake up, people. And if you don't believe that these people actually worship Satan, then I don't know. You know what? It's actually spiritual. So we're going to be praying for you, for the Lord to remove the scales from your eyes, because it's 100% a spiritual thing. And parents, if I understand that not everybody can homeschool, but if your children are going to homeschool, pray for their minds. Pray that the devil doesn't infiltrate their mind, and have them trusting the government instead of the Lord, because that's exactly what these schools are doing. Remember, the government is the father of lies. They represent the father of lies.
So when I first heard that, it really hit me hard, because I was one of those. I hardly ever paid attention in school. I mean, I loved my grammar and my reading and stuff like that, but I wasn't into the history. I wasn't into the science. I wasn't into, the things that make the world go round. Social studies
Right.
sucked. All the things that mattered, my mind was somewhere else. So
Well,
I honestly feel like that has a lot to do with why I was so easily awoken. That it makes sense to me what I'm seeing now. I
right.
mean, I don't go through the denial part. I go and dig in and do research and look and see what I can find. But I don't go, oh no, the government would never do that to us. Oh no. I mean, yeah,
Well,
I
see,
don't
it
know.
used to be when we were kids, we were taught to think critically. Now the kids are taught to critically think. Everything is bad. Everything's against me. Everything is it's terrible.
Well, now it's all about, I mean, the thing is that now they're touching our kids. I mean,
Hmm.
we're talking when a 3, 4, or 5 year old can decide that they are not what they were born. I'm sorry. I grew up working on cars, welding. I was the biggest tomboy there was. I played with GI Joes and everything else, and I am 100% woman. I'm sorry that does not make you a man or a woman. And just because a boy wants to play with dolls or a girl wants to do boy things does not mean that when they're 17, 18, 19 years old, they don't bloom into the perfect human being that they were supposed to be. But to tell a 4 or 5 year old that, oh, it's okay, so they start giving them the hormones and they start, doing these things to our kids. That is their object. There will be no more sex. There will be, we will all be multi sexed, type of thing. That's the object. That's what they're trying to do. It's a scary
Crazy.
thought. It's,
Uh-oh.
you know?
Before we go, make sure to go over to mojolaserpros.com and get some good stuff from Momika Designs. I'm hearing beeps in our ears. Wow, this show went quick tonight.
Yeah, it did. This stuff is just it's mind blowing, and it's a lot. It's a lot to cram in to an hour. It's like lately I've been really looking forward to. I mean, and we've still got the Club of Rome to talk about because we missed last week and stuff. So we need to do that one, and then of course y'all have heard what Beaver's talking about. We're going to be hitting on some of that. If you haven't listened to Damn It Beaver, you need to check her out on Saturdays at 5 o'clock on Mojo. Yeah, And I will
Dr.
share that.
Day's
I will share
1969
that.
speech.
I will share that with you as soon as she does her show this Saturday. You will get the link, I promise, and you can listen to it and understand. And we will definitely be hitting on some of that because
Hmm.
there's a lot of stuff. It's a 2 hour audio, and
Is there audio on here?
I don't know if I even get amazed anymore. So, but we will see y'all next Sunday at noon Eastern time, and y'all have a great rest of your weekend.
Stay safe, everybody.
Mm.